Okay, one of the great things of coming to a big NHRA event like that is you run into old friends, and there's none better than Katie and Rob right now. If you remember Purple People Eater, it was a junior dragster about a year ago this week, right, Katie? We pretty close. We did our first interview with Katie, and she was in the junior dragster ranks, and I just understand from Rob and Katie, we got some announcement here, something beyond junior dragster, and who wants to talk about it first? Katie, go for it.
Moving up into Super Comp Dragster. It's a Gebhardt 2010 dragster. It's got a big block Chevy, 468 in it.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun. Runs on gasoline, 22 feet long.
Wow.
Yeah, big step from juniors.
I'm going to run over to Rob real fast. To make the transition like this and decide to do this at this point in Katie's career, what was the thinking behind it? Was it just time to do it, or?
She was about to age out of the class.
Okay.
And she's 17 years old, so she's got her driver's license and she's driving around town. She's ready to go into a big car, and
right.
And so the time just felt right to get out and transfer into the big class and start running with some adults. And it's a different animal altogether, but that's what we ultimately wanted to do when we got out of juniors, was to go into a bigger car.
Okay. And I was going to say the licensing process for Katie to come up through to get to this level. Is that complicated? Or?
Yeah, it requires her to make 6 runs, all different successions down the track, with your last 2 runs being a full quarter-mile run.
Okay.
And she has to do it in front of 2 licensed drivers that will sign off on her paperwork that we send to NHRA, stating that they believe that she's a safe driver and she can handle the car at the speed. The junior car only went 1/8 mile.
Right.
So now we're going full quarter mile. In the 1/8 mile, we were running speeds of 85 miles an hour. This car will be 890s at somewhere around 150. So the transition was huge.
Right.
Just getting used to the speed is a big thing. You can kind of slow down your brain a little bit in the junior car, and you can pick things out along the track. But when you go from 85 to 150, things are a blur. So for us right now, we're just in a learning phase. She's got her license. She made all of her passes and completed everything. We've sent it all off to NHRA. We're waiting for them to do all the paperwork so we can do some more seat time. But this season for us is just practice.
Just and I can understand.
Yeah, just getting used to the car. We got a lot of learning to do. So the biggest thing is keeping her safe, making sure we have all of our safety equipment in line, and just getting comfortable with the car.
Absolutely. So. Katie, let me ask you this: going across the traps or the finish line, doing a full quarter mile, what does it feel like to cross the finish line at the speed you're going across?
Oh man, there's like no words that can describe it. It's that exhilarating. Like, I have dreams about it. It's that exciting. Yeah. Right. It's just so fast. Like, every part of you is just so alive when you cross the finish line. Like, you could just feel all the wind hitting you. It's great. I love it.
We would have never known that, right?
Yeah.
No, I am so pleased. We were hoping the team here from AC Variety and ACV Television Network, Dave Paninsky, the owner, we were hoping we were going to run into you guys this year. And we were going to actually look for you, and here they found us.
Yeah.
So we're really, really grateful. We're gonna transfer some information privately, so we can always stay in communication with you guys now that you have a career kicking to the next level.
Yeah,
so
that's exciting stuff.
Absolutely. So we're gonna move on, but wanted to share this special time with your fans, because now you're gonna have fans there. So. Stay tuned. You're going to see more. Oh, one quick question before we go: Is your new race car, the rail, is it going to have a name, or are you going to just go with sponsorship name, or just your name?
Well, right now it's blue, but hopefully we'll get back to the Purple People Eater.
All right. I wanted to see that purple candy or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was an awesome paint job on your junior one too. Really. Anyhow, hey, listen, we just got here. Stay tuned. We got tons coming, so sit tight. Standing me, I'm kind of got goosebumps. We have a legend next to us. Arnie the farmer.
Get the car.
Now get this man, because what can I tell you? Arnie the farmer Beswick. If you want a fast Pontiac, this is the man. Absolutely innovator. Where do I start? How many years? How many years have you been doing it? I mean,
Well, I won the first NHRA national event, first one,
okay.
in Grand Bend, Kansas. First national event in 1955. Now, I did win the World Series a couple years before that. I won the first World Series in 1954, 55, 56 in Morrisville, Illinois.
Wow. Now, originally you campaigned your cars out of what city? Was that was city in Wisconsin or?
No, I'm from Morrison, Illinois.
Morrison, Illinois. Okay,
Which is,
so you're a homegrown boy.
Yep. Just a few miles from the Mississippi River, Clinton, Iowa.
Okay, I got you.
About 6-7 miles from where I live. So, yep, I live on a farm out there with all the cattle manure and flies and what have you.
I hope you have some of your race cars stored in a museum somewhere too, or whatever. Somewhere.
Oh, I wish I did. There are some of my race cars stored in museums, but I don't own them anymore.
It went on to bigger and better things. I gotta ask, because I remember back. I'm gonna clock back to the late '80s. Did you have a female driver in this car that's next to us, or someone similar like it?
Yeah, a similar car. I did have a female driver.
I know she was getting a lot of press publicity. She was a very competitive driver. Kind of give us a story behind that.
Well, she was featured in one of the Playboy magazines.
Right.
She's a very, very pretty girl.
Oh, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Yep. Unfortunately, she wanted to go full time and go to all the big races. I did not have the money to fly her here and fly her there. She was a good driver. She got a lot of attention, naturally, because of her looks and personality.
And ability on the track, too.
Yes, she was very good.
So, no, I wasn't sure. I do remember the 64 GTO modified body, and I thought I'd lay that on you. So, last question, because you got a ton of fans coming around us right now, but I don't want to keep it
They
too
got
long.
a scheduled autograph session for us coming up here.
Okay, then I'm going to let you go real fast. What are you doing these days besides hanging out in your farm and stuff?
Well, I attend to a lot of races.
Okay.
I make about 20 of them a year. I just come back from the Pontiac GTO Nationals, which was
Awesome.
last week in Springfield, Illinois.
Okay.
That was the whole week, Tuesday through Sunday or Saturday.
All right.
And then July 4th, I was at another big car show, and
Well, you got a killer schedule there, don't
yeah, kind of
Wow.
nonstop.
you don't ever ease up, do you?
No. Nope.
All right. Listen, I'm going to grab a hand. It's been an honor to meet you.
Thank you.
And to see you. Arnie the Farmer Beswick right here at Route 66 Raceway on this NHRA weekend. Stay with us. We got more coming.
Real quick,
I better not leave the keys in it. Walked up on another legend, what can I tell you? And Mike's laughing already. Chi-Town Hustler, probably not only one of the most competitive funny cars, known for its burnouts. Mike Minnick, what you doing these days? What's going on?
Oh, just racing this thing. You know, we take this car out. It's just a recreation that we did.
Exhibition type stuff?
Exhibition only mostly. Yeah, take it out 8-9 times a year.
No kidding.
Yeah, just out there having fun. You know.
Okay, when the fans see this car, do you, to this day, 2017, do you still get a recognition, an ovation, a like?
Constantly.
Like,
Man,
like,
everybody has a story, and I love hearing them because I wasn't. My grandfather was the original driver of this thing when he was when he was around. I wasn't around for any of that stuff, so I like hearing the stories. It makes me feel a little bit closer to what was actually happening.
I'm going to date myself on this one, but I can remember being out at US 30 drag strip in Maryville, Indiana. Parents, your grandpa would be out there, and I'm not kidding you. The crowd would rush to the fence. They would stand up in the stands to watch this. The predecessors of this race car do a burnout.
Yep.
And to see the run.
He would tell me stories about trying to tow it back to the pit area. They got to peel people off the roof of the car because everybody wanted to be close to it.
Yeah. It was a big attempted photo op all the time in the pits. And of course they'd want to see the run. They'd want to see him win. I mean, he had a tremendous following. And geez, That's what you have to live up to.
Yeah, yeah, no pressure there, right? Yeah, no pressure at all, right? Man, I remember this car when he used to do the best burnouts and kick everybody's butt. No.
And who's this guy?
I'm trying, I swear.
Last question. It's like, do you appear with other vintage cars when you're out with your doing the
Yeah, we
exhibitions?
we run a small circuit of cars here in the Midwest. There's a couple of guys that have done recreations similar to this, like Doc Holliday still out there with his Telstar car. There's a guy.
Okay.
There's a gentleman from Texas who recreated the Drunk of Jim cars.
No kidding.
Ronnie Young, who was actually the last driver of the Blue Max, he did a repop that he's driving now. So it's kind of cool when we get a lot of us together. And up until a few years ago, Dale Poldy was still driving one of the old War Eagle cars. So
wow.
It's really cool when we can get a bunch of those guys together. And then the fans love it. Everybody, they kind of relive the past.
Right, and what's nice too is they relive their past, and then the next generation kind of knows.
Well, and you see a lot of that too. Guys bringing their kids and saying,
Exactly.
"I remember watching it when I was your age," and that kind of creates a whole new generation of fans, which is good.
I'm with you.
Which is good.
Anyhow, I know you got an autograph session or something coming up. Appreciate you.
Hey,
You're
no
a
problem.
PR guy,
Yeah.
got us, but we were after him too. So, Mike, let me grab a hand.
All right, thanks,
Best
guys.
of luck every time you campaign this car and show it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Stay with us. We're going to see what other celebrities are here. We just got a regular guy in a funny car here.
Yes. That's a keeper.
Can I ask you a quick question?
You betcha.
Okay, we just saw a once in a lifetime opportunity, I might add. I just saw this man get out of a Toyota funny car. We got to find out who he is. And
My name's Jim Fumes.
Jim, what did it feel like to sit in that cockpit?
I've wanted to do that forever. My dad used to manage a drag strip in Indiana called US 30 Drag
Oh
Strip.
my God, Ben Christ.
Yes, Ben Chris owned it. Ben Chris owned it, exactly. So I grew up there since I was 12. They put me on the payroll to work there when I was 16. I've never got to get into one of these.
Are you kidding
Absolutely
me?
awesome.
All the Sundays and Friday nights.
And I lived there Wednesday, Friday, Saturday,
Oh
Sunday.
my God, I know you did.
And on the last Sunday of the year, they would have employee race.
Okay.
And I got to the finals in the employee race, but I broke out. But I finally got to sit in one of these things, which is freaking awesome. Awesome.
You know, to this day, I didn't. It's an Italian last name, right? I'm Italian also. To this day, I always thought Christ was the last name. Just like wow, super to know, Paisan.
It's awesome. This is great. This
Okay.
is, as many times I've been here,
Okay.
I've yet to do that.
Okay.
It's awesome.
All right.
This is a keeper. I'm done. My bucket list is complete. I'm done.
Okay, you heard it first here from Jim. It was an experience he's been waiting for.
Come on out and enjoy.
And given the background in drag racing, his family has had promotions and track owner. I can't believe you never said
I know.
that.
I've never. I've gone down in
He's
like.
done some serious racing,
Yeah, I've been down in pro comp cars and all this, but I've
Yeah.
never got in one of these. So this is awesome.
Wow. Jim,
Absolutely awesome.
Let me grab a hand.
All right.
This
This
was
is
a
awesome.
walk up, and we walked up on his celebrity. What can I tell
It's
you?
all good.
Yeah. all
Come
right?
out and enjoy, people.
You got
this
it.
is great.
Hang
Thank
in
you
there.
again.
We got more coming. Hang
Thank
in.
you.
That's a real deal, isn't it?
That's it, bud. All day well.
Okay, we're going by none other than the shoe, Tony here, and of course his Army is the sponsor, and we caught the genuine article, the real deal. And we will find out who these gentlemen are. And your name?
My name's Captain Blair Downey.
Okay, Captain, and?
And I'm Command Sergeant Major Corey Fairchild.
First of all, how'd you get this PR type duty to shadow the Army race car here at an event like this?
No, absolutely. The Army's been involved with NHRA racing for quite some time now, especially with Tony Schumacher.
Sure.
Thankfully for us, just within our area, we are a recruiting unit that has habitually had this relationship. So we're based in Joliet. We've had a lot of time here. This is actually our 6th year being out here at the races.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Captain, let me ask you this. Do you find that this benefits the Army in your recruiting effort?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, talk about recruiting in general, just being able to be a part and get face-to-face interaction with the public. And moreover, just show that the Army's here, the Army is a great part of the community, and then that we're just around in the area.
Okay. And have you also spent that kind of amount of time here doing this kind of thing?
So I'm actually new to the area. I've been in position. I'm the command sergeant major, so the battalion commander is not here today.
All right.
But I'm ultimately his. If he's the CEO, I'm the COO.
Okay.
So, for all intents and purposes, I'm the an echelon above the captain here.
Okay.
So we have all of the recruiting effort here in the Chicagoland area.
All right.
So we're here,
Big
and
piece of territory.
it is a big piece of territory, but we're out here, and this is an awesome display of what the Army can do in terms of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This is it at its best, especially with Tony and the team that's down here, and they're an awesome display of it. But it also gets us out here with the community, and we're going to build the bench for future soldiers within our American community. So this is amazing.
Couldn't be a better cause, and as they just spoke of the opportunities that the Army lays out there in advanced individual training, it's a lot of people not even cognizant of that. Right. Thoughts on that real fast? Or?
No, absolutely. I think a lot of the engineering fields and a lot of the other science and technology fields, as Sergeant Major said, are usually overlooked.
Right.
A lot of people think of the Army and think it's a combat role. The Sergeant Major is military police and I'm an infantry officer, but that doesn't entail the whole compass. There are over 200 ways to serve inside the United States Army, and a lot of those are very technical fields, in which we can demonstrate here and elaborate over to the community.
Listen, I know you guys are here in official capacity. I want to just take the time, first of all, thank you to do what you do for this country, and to have a great exhibition and recruiting efforts, and just do your PR work with Tony, and I hope Tony has a great day.
Appreciate the
Awesome.
support.
Thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate
thanks
it.
again. Stay with us. We got more coming from the Route 66 Dragway NHRA Nationals.
Barnhart gets there first and breaks out by 11 thousandths of a second. Patient eliminator category. Look at it.
Dragster School having here 115. Make sure you come. DJs do so. Alan Reinhardt will be here.
50-50, chance to win the big cup. 50-50.
Nice out here today.
And she still has it.
Oh, you should put Deanna, I love you.
My wife might not like that.
Get it? Thank you.
Hey, real fast as you're signing, you have an unbelievable fan base here. A lot of folks, you're with NHRA, but a lot of folks don't know what a hero and champion you were in IHRA for many years. I'm going to guess 6 championships?
6 straight championships.
That is unbelievable.
Yep, absolutely. Had a great run in the IHRA and came over to the NHRA full-time in 2007, and we've been swinging away at it, and we've had
and you know what?
Heck of a great start to the year this year, and hopefully we can keep it going here at Route 66 this weekend.
God bless. And one other quick thing.
Congratulations, man. Good luck.
A very special thing happened on Father's Day in NHRA.
It really
Why don't you
did.
share that with your fans?
Well, I tell you what, we were in Bristol, which is my home state race.
All right.
Had a heck of a day. We beat a bunch of great competitors.
That would be in Thunder Valley, right?
At Thunder Valley, and we love that racetrack. It's absolutely beautiful racetrack. And messed around there and got our first NHRA win against Leah Pritchett.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
buddy.
It was an awesome day. It was the ultimate Father's Day present, without a doubt.
Absolutely.
And look forward to many more. That is one of my favorite racetracks we go to. And this racetrack has a pretty special place in my heart as well.
Tell us about that if you can.
The first time I ever drove a Top Fuel car was here in 1998. I drove the
Really?
Chicago White Sox car.
Yeah, that was the Chicago White Sox sponsor car.
Yeah, I was the very first Top Fuel car to ever pull out on this racetrack.
Wow.
And I made my first, which was a big deal back then, first 4-second run. And love coming here every year. The guy that gave me my start, a young man from Chicago named Peter Lehman.
Thank you. All right.
He was here with me all day yesterday, and I'll never forget, the opportunity that he gave me. And that was 19 years ago, and here we are, still swinging away.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Listen, no, you got
I
it.
just wanted to congratulate on your win a couple, 2-3 weeks ago.
Yep.
I always pull for you, man.
Thank you so much.
You have a very
How are
loyal
you?
fan base.
We do.
On your first wall.
Thank you so much.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I love coming out here, and I love standing back here and hanging out with all
Thank
these
you.
great
God bless
folks.
you.
God bless you too. It is quite an enjoyable thing. I love it. These people make racing what it is, and I appreciate them coming out. I appreciate you coming out.
Good luck today.
Thank you so much.
Clay, thank you so much. I know you got
Oh,
your hands full right
it's
now.
all good.
But thank you for giving us a few minutes.
You
and
got it.
As all of your fans that have come up to you, the common thing said, God bless you and good luck. And
Thank
that's
you
what we're
so
saying
much.
to you too.
These people right here make it happen. Thank you,
bet.
buddy.
All right.
White Sox car?
I wish.
I love hearing what he said.
We're having a PR moment here.
Thank you.
All right. We're big small time, I guess you could say. Big small time. You like that one?
I like that.
It'll work. Okay, so what we got going on today? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great today. We're going to have a good run. The Huber's Lemonade Dodge Mopar Funny car, Menard's car. We're looking to run somewhere about a 395, 396. We'll see what the heat
smoking.
brings.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
How long has Menards been on as a sponsor?
Menards, this is their 5th year as a sponsor.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, a lot of people hear Menards right away to think NASCAR, but no, they're across the board pretty good.
They do a wonderful job sponsoring Jim Dunn Racing and the
Okay.
Huber's Lemonade car, which Huber's Lemonade is sold in the Menards store.
Okay.
And
Okay.
we really enjoy having them as part of our organization.
Let me ask you this: how do you like when you come out here? How do you like this particular track and the weather conditions today? Conducive for racing, or?
Yeah, yesterday was hot. Cooled
Right.
down last night a little bit. Right now, it's not too bad out. We'll see what that brings. We're doing a little later qualifying sessions in the afternoon.
Okay.
So being at 4 and 6:30 gives a chance for the track to cool down a little bit
Okay.
and gives us a chance to go ahead and make a
All right.
good
Didn't know
pass
if there was
down there.
a strategy in when they time your time runs, or when they allow you to do it. Is there a thought behind that? Or thought
Yeah,
process?
that's all done by NHRA,
NHRA,
and
okay.
NHRA sets the times and says you guys will be up in the staging lanes, and I just do what they say.
Yeah. Yes, sir. We'll be there.
Exactly.
Anyhow, how's your year been to date so far? I mean,
we had a good start of the year. We
Okay, that's
struggled
what I heard.
just a
That's
little
what I
bit with a clutch during it. We're starting to get it to come back around. We
All
made
right.
some good passes in Norwalk. Made a good pass on Q1, even though we had a hole out. Still ran a 17 at 304.
Okay.
So we're getting a handle on it.
no, absolutely.
Got a fantastic team. Got Legend Tuning for me,
Okay.
and an owner of the car. So I couldn't be more excited to be driving for Big Jim Dunn. It's just exciting.
Folks, this level of racing is so competitive, and it's so down to the last detail. Could mean everything.
It does. You look at it this way: 100 things got to go right, and only one thing's got to go wrong.
That is the best way to put it, too.
And that's what makes these cars go down the track.
All right. Listen, we don't want to keep you. Thanks for taking the time with us. We got some fans surrounding us already, so we're gonna let them through.
That's
Best
all
of
right.
luck
Thank
again
you very
today.
much, you guys out there. Have a good day. NHRA Drag Racing rules.
All right.
No, Avery, you have one. Okay, children, step back so somebody else can get their autograph.
There you go, baby.
Okay, Patty, give me your shirt. Turn around. Thank you.
I know they want to do an interview with you.
We can write, and Jim, it's okay if you can write, and we can talk to you a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. I'm
are
gonna
you with?
flip to this side, okay?
Who are you with?
Internet TV, AC Variety.
Internet TV.
Yeah. Pretty good following.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jim, how you feeling today, and how's the
man. Good luck
LRS running?
Well, didn't do worth the darn yesterday, but we're working on it. We'll see what we can get done today.
Okay.
Good luck tonight, man.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
I'm looking at your relentless fan base here. I'm very impressed.
Well, we got a few people around here because we're close.
Absolutely.
Being from Illinois, everybody's an Illinois fan. Thank you.
Real fast, how long have you been in the funny car ranks for some of our viewers?
How long have I been around?
Yeah.
I've been driving a funny car since 1996.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good luck today.
Thank you. Won my first national event here in Joliet.
Is this going to be my next question?
Yeah, back in '99.
All right.
So a couple days ago.
And yeah, but still very competitive and very well known.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, absolutely. How long have you been with LRS and that whole program?
Well, Mr. Dick Levi and I started together in 2000.
Wow.
So he's been with me 17 years. So
right,
it's a pretty good sponsor. So.
Yeah. Wow.
And of course, I'm saying that facetiously. He's a great sponsor.
Yeah. You heard that here. It's a great sponsor.
Yeah.
But anyhow, once you kind of get some of the demons worked out of what's going on today, feels like you're going to lay down some competitive passes.
Well, I hope so. Yeah. We're not even in the show at the moment, so we got first thing we got to do is just go down the track once, and then we'll see if we can get it tuned up and make it run.
And what time of day are they going to do your?
We run at 4 and 6:30 today.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I want to keep you. You got
No
a lot of
problem.
fans here. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Appreciate it.
To
It's
speak
good to see you guys.
You bet. God bless. Take care.
Hey, you want to let John come to the point?
I'm a mom. I'm a mom of 2 junior dragsters.
Oh, okay, okay. This is sort of like your home track then for
Yes,
the juniors.
Route 66 is.
Okay. How long have you and your...
4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
A female and a male?
I
or?
have a daughter. She's 17, and
Okay.
my son is 15.
Wow. This is such an exciting, family-oriented level of drag racing.
Well, the cool thing is Antron Brown is really involved. Like last night when we were putting our cars away.
Sure.
He actually stopped the little girl's car and put his Matco stickers
on
the car. He did it, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody took some pictures of that.
We did, and actually all his kids race, and we do a Midwest series, and he's a big part of it, and he really contributes a lot to it. So that's kind of cool. The kids get to be near a top field driver.
Absolutely.
And Bob Bodie, he's a funny car driver. His son does it too. So it's neat that the kids can be up close.
Absolutely.
And
now, when do you age out of that?
18.
18 is your pop out, huh?
Yeah.
Because we know, what was it, Katie that used to run the Purple People Eater out of Northwest Indiana?
Brissiniak, yeah.
Yeah, and she's ready to move on to bigger and better things, and that's very impressive.
Oh, Nicole Medicis, she aged out of juniors, and she's in a big car now. And
Wow.
the Hooten family, their kids all come from the juniors, and now they're in big cars. So, yeah, it's something that they don't ever want to give up.
No, well, you know what? It's a cliche, but it's in their blood, and it's in the family's blood that support, you know.
Well, right, and it is a big commitment, without a doubt. I mean, like this weekend, we've been on display, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and today my son gets to take a pass down the track between 3 and 3:30.
Exhibition type pass?
Yep. And
Well, how did he get that gig? That's a pretty good.
Well, actually, when you run points here,
and
because there were so many people who signed up, they were only allowed 20. So the Churchills run the program here, and they put names in a hat and drew names. We were lucky enough.
Luck of the draw?
Both my kids, yeah. So today my son goes down, and tomorrow my daughter goes down.
That is so blessed. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And actually, the interesting thing about my daughter is she'll be going down the track next in an exhibition against her boyfriend.
Okay. that might wreck your day, but okay.
I was like, she's like, who would I get paired up with?
Oh my
I
God,
go,
what's the chances of that happening?
Right,
Oh,
I'm like-
whoa, what a great display.
Yeah, so these are all the 20 cars
Okay.
that we're lucky enough.
Wow.
And then this is Bob Churchill. Him and his wife run the program.
Okay.
Whenever we can.
So,
All right, well, let's take us to your family racing team first.
they're probably not here.
Well, you know, you've given us a wealth of information.
All the kids
I-
kind of.
Again, I loved it on these cars, the attention to detail, the paint jobs on the dragsters themselves.
Yeah, a lot of the parents do it themselves.
Really?
It's my daughter Liz.
Hey Liz, how you doing? We're with ACV Television Network. We're gonna embarrass the hell out of you. No, we're trying. No, Mom, you're a PR person. But first of all, we've always been interested in junior dragsters, and we try to cover it. We know this is your home track, but let's give us a little background. How did you get started in this, and you know, take it to us all the way to 2017?
Well, a family friend got me and my brother into it, and right when I got in the car, I've loved driving ever since. The adrenaline feels like amazing, and you can't really explain it, but like it's just a feeling you get every time you get on the track.
I'm smiling because I've interviewed female junior dragster drivers before, and that's the common denominator. It's the rush. And the ability, you know, and the fact that you're this low to the ground, you're doing 85 miles an hour, easy.
Yeah.
Wow. Have you had in the last couple of years, you've been competitive, or you feel like?
Yeah, I feel pretty competitive. I mean, it's more like you're out here like with your family and like doing what you love.
Absolutely. And I'm very impressed with all these family racing teams and stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, am I near your car? Or
My car's down there.
Can we walk on it?
Yeah.
I just want to take some close up on it. I always love the paint jobs on some of these.
I know. I love
awesome.
the paint job. This is my car.
Oh God, I love it. The flake, the flames.
It's ghost paint, so like in the sun, it looks like lighter.
Yeah, the sun is playing fun with it. Really.
Yeah, and then sparkles are on there.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
Do they trick out your helmet a little bit to match? It looks like it. I can't tell from.
My favorite color is purple, so I wanted a purple helmet, and I didn't want to put purple on my car.
All right. It's all good. It's all good. So this particular chassis and this particular body, how long have you been running this one?
About 3 years.
Okay. And all in all, maintenance on it, is there major engine changes you have to do, or how many runs can you get on an engine, or a full season, or?
My theory, I run it out until something happens. So
okay, and that's the way I would do it too.
Yeah.
But some people are like,
I don't like. Yeah.
Some people are like, oh no, next season we're doing something else. It's like, well, why? If it's working, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But and last question, and it might be a loaded question. When you age out of this division, do you see yourself still drag racing in some capacity?
I do, just because I don't want to give it up. I mean, it took part of my life, and I don't want to give it up, so I'm going to try as much as I can, because I got into it and I don't really want to get out of it.
And I completely understand. And Mom, you're all good with this, right?
I mean, I'm good with the junior. I don't know about the 180 miles per hour.
Well, there's
even like Courtney Force. Like I don't know how Mom and Dad, even though Dad races, stay on the line and watch their daughters go 300-400 miles an hour. Like.
I hear you. But anyhow, listen, thanks for taking the time to speak with us.
Thank you.
If you're making I think you're making a special exhibition run today, or
Sunday.
Sunday, and who will you be racing, by the way?
Yeah, my boyfriend.
Okay, that's got to be great for the relationship, right? Okay, I'm sure it'll be all good, and you know what? Should we spot him a little bit on the tree? I don't know. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch it. She's good on the tree. All right, thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, we got more coming. Stay with us.
Thank you.
Okay, we can't get away from this. We can't get away from these junior dragsters, and for good reason. This is racing families at their best, and I just met this young lady. And give us your name again.
Jordan Ansel.
Jordan, I know this is what your sister's car that's behind us.
Yeah.
And yours is similar.
Yeah.
Well, let's ask you about your little racing career. How long have you been in junior dragsters now?
3 years, I think.
Okay. And what is it that you enjoy about it?
It's the speed. I just like racing. It's fun to win.
If that isn't the attitude of a winner, I don't know what is. It's fun to win, and you like the speed. Almost everybody I talk to, mostly the female drivers, though, they talk about what a rush it is. Again, if people aren't familiar with this, these cars go 85 miles an hour plus. You're really low to the ground. It's an eighth of a mile run, right? Do you see yourself after you, how old are you now?
I'm 12.
Okay, unbelievable. Can you believe this? And she drives the car this fast competitively, and she loves to win, as she just said. But as you get closer to 18, you still see yourself continuing in some form of auto racing?
Probably.
Okay, sort of like in your blood, and it's there to stay. All right. We just had some starting line cars. Wanted to shake your hand and wish you the best of luck in all your future racing.
Thank you.
And I have a nice exhibition today showing your family's cars. Stay with us. We got more coming and more of these junior dragsters to take a look at. We're walking by again. We can't get away. There's so much action in the Junior Dragster Division. We just can't get away from here. We got an awesome sponsor here. Is that Monster?
Yes.
Okay. And are you the driver?
Yes.
Can you give me your name?
Madeline.
We're right on the starting line here. Madeline, how long have you been in racing now? And your age?
1 month.
Wow. And what do you like about it?
It's fun and you get to go fast.
Okay. Now, when you're making a run and you go up to 85 plus miles an hour, how does that make you feel when you cross the finish line?
Happy.
Really? Okay. Now, what sort of got you interested in this? Was it mom, dad, a family member, a brother or sister?
We started watching. Well, I don't know. I think like my mom's uncle started racing, and my whole family started racing.
All right.
My mom also raced too.
That is wonderful. And last question: are you out of like Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, or
Old Post Road.
Old Post. Oh, okay. All right. And do you see yourself, like, as you grow up and you get near 18 years of age, and do you see yourself perhaps continuing in racing?
Yes.
Really? That is so wonderful news. Madeline, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. And I hope in all future racings you're right up there for the last final round. Let me shake your hand. Best of luck. Madeline here, folks. Someone you should know. Sorry.
Actually listed to it down there at the top end about the time he crossed that 1,000-foot cone.
Okay, again, it's such an exciting time here in the pits with the Junior Dragster Division. It's just a wealth of things to see, beautiful cars and young drivers. And we're going to get another story for you. And you are?
Ava.
Ava, tell us, how long have you been driving a Junior Dragster?
Probably like half season.
Really? What do you like about it?
That like so many kids want to like do it.
Okay, how does it feel to go the speeds that you go?
Fun.
Really? I can tell from the look in her eyes she loves it. Now, is there anybody else in your family that races, or were you the first one?
My dad.
Your dad races. Wonderful. Okay. And let's wait for those cars to go by. Did you pick the color of your car, or was it already done for you? Or?
The color. I picked the color.
It is. I love turquoise. It is absolutely knockout, beautiful car.
Thanks.
The other thing is, and last question, it's kind of a loaded question. When you go down and you make a run and you go past the finish line and you're really traveling fast, how's that feel inside?
Really good.
Really, really good? Okay. You heard it first here, and this is one of the things competitive with all the racers here, especially the girls. They love to go fast. They're not afraid to go fast, and when they cross that finish line, it's a rush. So let me shake your hand, girl. Congratulations and good luck anytime you bring your car out and campaign it. Okay, stay tuned. We got more coming. I think from the Junior Dragsters, because we can't get out of this area. There's full of race car drivers there. Stay with us. I'm coming to say hi. Okay. what can I say? We're still at Junior Dragsters. This is awesome. The car owners, the drivers, we're having a great time here. We don't want to leave. Here's another driver in your name.
Darcy Ansel.
Darcy? Beautiful name. How long have you been in this form of racing?
6 or 7 years.
Okay, and your age now?
14.
Okay. And I'm going to ask the same thing I asked your competitors. What's it feel like to go 85 miles an hour this close to the ground and go through the finish line like that at that speed?
I don't know.
Okay. How well do you like on the starting line read the tree and take off from a standing start? Is that difficult for you, or you just feel real comfortable doing that?
I've just been around race cars so long that I know I'm used to it.
Okay. Hey, quick question, Darcy, too. You said you've been around race cars. Is there other people in your family that have raced, or how did you get involved in it?
Well, actually, my mom and dad met racing.
Okay.
When they were kids,
Okay.
and then it's just like in the
A lot of relationships started that way. I'm looking at Mom off camera here, and it's like a lot of people meet through racing. That's how families are made. And then the last thing I'd ask you, this is a lot of these cars have awesome paint jobs, but you have kick it up a notch. Wow, was this some of your idea? You just let somebody go with it and paint
My
it?
dad designed and painted it.
Really?
himself.
God, my hat's off to your dad. That is great paintwork. And I understand Route 66 is sort of like your home track for your Junior Dragsters. How many events do you guys kind of do a year? Do you know, or is it a lot, like more than 10?
We do like
How many events
like
a year?
5.
That's what I thought, about 10. Okay, does that work out okay with like school or summer school or other things you have going on in your life? Or?
Yeah, it's okay because my dad races the same days that we race, so it's
okay,
like
then
all
it's sort of
together.
like all there. Anyhow, Darcy, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. I'm going to grab and shake your hand, and best of luck in your future racing career.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. I know we got more coming. Okay, as we're going through the Junior Dragster ranks, again, one awesome paint job after another. This one's a really standout, this purple and red. We just caught up with the car owner driver, and your name is?
My name's Allison Berman, but most people call me Allie.
Allie, that's cute. Although Allison's a very beautiful name. Stand by. Allie and I are right close to the starting line, so it gets very loud. Allie, tell me about how long have you been in this form of racing?
I've been racing since I was 8, so that's 6 years.
Okay. Doing the math, so what, you're 14 now?
Yeah, I'm 14.
See, I did pass math class and algebra, so it was okay. What got you started in this? You just family member? Or
My dad had a friend, and his son was racing this exact car, and it was he
Okay.
aged out, and he was selling it, so yeah.
Wow, that's a natural fit.
We went to see it, and I loved it.
Okay. All right, now I got to ask. The speed involved here is pretty substantial. It's like 85 miles an hour
Yeah.
plus. Even though you're running an eighth of a mile, what's it feel to go across the finish line at that speed? I always ask this question. I'm getting an exhilarated look on your face right now, so I know it's got to be a rush of some
Yeah,
sort.
it's awesome. You just yeah.
Okay, and also when you're about to run and you're on the starting line, the tree's coming down. Can you describe the feeling inside?
Excitement.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really exciting when you see the tree like drop.
Right.
You feel like
and you're on. It's
yeah.
your show. Okay. And I spoke earlier when we first started talking about the awesome paint job.
Yeah.
Were you involved with picking the colors or some of the design, or it's just awesome? It's beautiful.
Well, this same paint job was it was already on the car when we bought it. Yeah.
It's just a nice touch. And it's conducive to your racing setup. Anyhow, now today you're just here for exhibition purposes because this is your home track.
Yeah.
And some of the other drivers I talked to, you do about 10 events a year. Is that true? Or racing, where you have to show up and race?
We do. I think we have 5 races this year for for the juniors.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Okay. And with your other activities you do in your life, does this interfere, or is it just part of your whole package of everything you do?
It doesn't really interfere because this is the only like sport that I'm in. I don't do any like softball or volleyball. I'm just like
no soccer.
No.
Thank God we have nobody to place on pure blood auto racing. But anyhow, I want to thank you, Allie, for taking the time to speak with us. Enjoyed the conversation, enjoyed your race car, and best of luck. Let me shake your hand. Best of luck in all your future endeavors in racing.
Thank you.
Okay, stay with us. I'm sure we have more folks to talk to. Okay, this car is kind of special to me because the family that owns this, and I just met the driver for the first time, Tori, but they're no stranger to racing. They're no stranger to custom car painting, if you know TNT Customs. And Tori, I got to ask, what got you started in this?
My dad started racing when I was younger, and I always went to the track with him. But I've never missed a race with him.
Okay.
And then it kind of just let off from there. My brother started racing, and then we bought a car for me.
Okay.
And then I'll just let off from there.
It's all good. And I got what's your age now?
I'm 15.
Okay, so as you age out in these ranks, do you see yourself still in some form of drag racing going forward?
We just sold our Camaro, and we're using that money and the money we sell with this car to buy myself a Miller, or not a Miller. We're buying a dragster. I know that. I don't know what kind, but
that is so awesome. So
yeah.
they have been planning in the works on how they're going to get the money together for it, and it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Again, quickly, TNT Customs Unstoppable with paint job. It's just awesome. Your grandpa Louis always does an extraordinary job. But I got to ask you personally, when you drive this thing and you go, I've asked all the drivers this, you're making an eighth of a mile run, you're doing 85 plus miles an hour. How does that make you feel going through the finish line? I mean, is it a rush or?
I want to go faster. Yeah.
Is this girl got it's in her blood? I don't know what to say. She's ready to move up. And being in this type of racing and the competitiveness of it, do you find yourself as you grow older and you are going to continue in it, this is something you truly always want to do at some point in your life, part-time or full-time?
Oh yeah, I love racing. Like it's one of my favorite things to do. I mean, I think I'm going to continue it when I get older.
Okay. I can tell folks that she's got the smile with the dimples going on. It's in her blood, you know, what can I say? Anyhow, I know you're here doing some exhibition runs, and this is your home track for the division you're in. So I'm going to grab a hand. We wish you the best of luck in all your future racing endeavors. And anytime you show and race this car, all the best. Stay with us. I think we got a few more cars to look at.
Jonathan Anderson and Anderson. That's already marked up.
Okay, as you're walking through the pits, always a pleasure to see on a weekend like this the Jegs All-Stars group. Crowd favorite, always draws the crowd. And we ran across this dragster, this rail here, and we want to find out more about it. We got the driver here, and your name?
Troy Galbraith.
Troy, how long have you been involved with this particular team and driving this particular car?
I've been driving for Jim and Phyllis now for 6 years. We were in Top Dragster for a few years. Made the Jegs All-Stars in Top Dragster, actually.
Yeah,
and then a couple years later, Jim built the comp car and we started running comp and ran the All-Stars last year for the first time in comp and won it. Came back this year as a returning champion and lost first round, but it's a great event. And
I know how that feels. It's like the bar is set so high after a season like 2016. I mean, and racing is racing, you know what I mean?
Sure.
You know, it can go your way. 100th of a second cannot go your way, you know.
Yeah, well, you know, at the All-Star event, you have 8 of the country's best racers in your class, and so there's nowhere to hide. There are no gimmies. So
right. There's no room for error either, as minor as it might be.
Yeah, you could probably run the race 8 days in a row and have 8 different winners, quite honestly.
You know what? I totally agree with you with that because it's that tight, the competition, and you have such a big field of highly classified cars, highly mechanic cars, and highly high-rated drivers. But I see you got a plethora of sponsorship there, which is awesome too. So, how many events with Jegs do you guys try to make a year?
Well, so we run about 14 races a year, 8 divisionals, and 5 or 6 national events, just depending on the season. Your 8 divisionals that you run, your in-division races count towards your JEGS All-Stars.
Okay.
This coming up year, it'll be your best 5 out of 8 races. And so just to be able to be a JEGS All-Star is a huge accomplishment. It's a season long. In a sense, it's a season-long championship, and so it feels very similar to winning the championship. So
now, a lot of stringent rules I've heard around JEGS. I mean, inspections and stuff. Does that still go on? In other words, they need to see top half of the motor or something, or?
So they'll come around and do what they'll pump the motor. So they've got a device that they'll stick in a spark plug hole and turn it over to make sure your cubic inch is what it's supposed to be. Most of the classes that run in comp, it's a weight to cubic inch factor.
That.
So they'll come around and make sure that you've got the right cubic inches for the class that you're claiming, and then obviously we get on the scales after every run to just make sure everything's in line. And so they do a great job of keeping honest people honest, so that we when we win and when we lose, we know that we won it out on the track straight up.
Anyhow, I know you guys are busy thrashing here, but wanted to come in, say hey. Knew you were last year's accomplishments, and too bad today happened the way today happened so far, but we appreciate you coming to speak with us. I'm going to grab a hand there.
Very much.
Best of luck in all your future endeavors and racing and campaigning this car.
You bet. Well, thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day.
You bet. Okay, again, we're going through the pits right here at Route 66 Dragway, and ran across a 2017 qualifier for JEGS All-Star in your name.
Mark McDonald.
Mark McDonald. Mark, campaigning this car, kind of tell us about what it means to be a 2017 qualifier for All-Star.
Well, it's totally amazing. We had an outstanding year in 2016. We finished 7th in the world.
Wow.
But we didn't have the All-Star thing locked up until there were 2 races to run this season. So we went to Indy, and Indy rained out. We got qualified, but there was no points earned for the All-Stars. And Mick Snyder, a good friend of ours, was leading the points by about 13 points. So we go to Norwalk, and it rained and rained and rained. We didn't think we were going to get the race in. And Mick lost second round. I won second round, so I gained a couple of points on him. And then the weather closed in on us, and we ended up having to finish that race on Monday. So we roll out of the pits. I've got Kurt Frederick, one of the outstanding guys in Division 3, and I got to beat Kurt because I need 3 points to get around Mick. And fortunately, we had a good run against Kurt, and we made the All-Star deal. So it's pretty neat.
You know what? This story is so typical of this kind of racing. It's weather, it's conditions, it's who you're up against, and how your own equipment is working. And God bless you. I think Lady Luck was with you on that one too.
We put together some good runs. It wasn't all luck.
I know you're a skilled driver, and I know your equipment's ready to run. But tell us a little bit about this race car. How long have you been campaigning this for the owners and stuff?
This is our 3rd season. My car owner is Charlie Evans, and we had get familiar with the car season. The first year we had it. Last year we had a breakout season. This is the best bracket car I've ever owned. And I've been bracket racing since I was 16 years old. And we had some motor problems with it, and I had a spare motor. We stuck in it, but I got a brand new motor in the shop, so we're ready to go again. Started out a little slow this year, but things are starting to pick up. Like I say, it's a really good race car. So.
Okay, and what kind of VTs and MP8 miles per hour are you?
This year, we didn't make any changes to the motor, but I made some driveline changes to the car. So we picked up about a 10th since last season.
Really?
Thanks to Marco Abruzzi and his transmission program.
Sure.
Has really helped us out with a converter and a valve body in this thing. It's really made a big difference. But it'll run. I've been as fast as 659 at 207 this year.
Wow. My hat's off to you on that.
Hovering in the low 660s this weekend. Weather's a little hot. So.
Yeah. Does humidity affect it much, or what?
The humidity does affect it. Not necessarily. We don't watch the humidity specifically, but we watch the water grains in the air.
Okay.
And so I explained this to a guy the other day, and with a nitrous motor, it's like lighting a candle and blowing the flame out before the wax melts.
Okay.
So,
well put too.
So we have to watch the water grains, and we adjust the timing, the total timing that the motor goes down the racetrack at to keep it from melting the pistons and the cylinder heads and the valves, and those kind of pieces. So yeah, we watch our weather very closely. Fortunate thing is about 30% of the horsepower on this car comes from the nitrous bottle.
Okay.
So the regular barometric pressure and those kind of things don't affect us as much, but the water grains do affect us. And the other thing that the weather affects is the adhesion on the racetrack. So we're fairly typically a one flat 60-foot car. This weekend we've been 102 to 103, so the adhesion's not there. So the weather helps me predict what's going to happen in the first 60 feet.
Okay, and that's critical for race fans at home too.
Well, for a bracket racer, everything's critical, yeah.
Again, bracket racing is always infamous for on the top end.
Oh yeah.
I mean, some folks let up a little bit. I don't know how to say it. But
yeah, it's 205 mile an hour, and I'm not looking out the windshield.
Yeah. That's epitomizes bracket racing right there. But anyhow, want to wish you the best of luck in future endeavors and campaigning this car. Congratulations on being a 2017 qualifier, and grab a hand. Good luck with the rest of this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, take care now.
So who you guys with?
Okay, as we're going through the pits here at Route 66 NHRA event, we run across the race teams from all over the place. These are folks from New York, James, Antonetti, and Junior, and we got Senior here too. We're going to talk a little bit about this car and history of racing in this family. And first of all, Jimmy, how you doing today?
Good, really good. Feeling good now. We're getting into the final of the Jegs All Stars. So today's a good day for us.
All right, and Jim Senior.
Just a proud papa.
I was just going to say that, and briefly tell your fans and our audience here your history in racing in the New York area.
Just basic bracket racing started out. Then we dabbled a little bit in pro stock in the late 80s, early 90s.
How'd that go?
Qualified, just didn't have the budget to make it all happen. We had to walk away from it. It killed me. But, we started bracket racing again, and our biggest thing was when he was just a little boy, like his son, we both won the track championship out at Englishtown.
Okay.
Me in the super category and him in the Junior Dragsters in the same year. So that was kind of, a great comeback type thing, And then I won my first national event after 30 years in Virginia.
Okay.
And, now this is a big accomplishment, for him to qualify for the All-Stars 2
Absolutely.
times.
I caught that.
And now he's in the final, so let's hopefully we can make it happen. If God's willing, and
all of that.
He's got his fan club here. It's 3 boys.
You got 3 boys?
Yeah, I got 3 boys. I got
all
Mikey, James, and a little guy, Nicholas.
Okay,
so it's a family-oriented sport.
You better believe it.
That's where it all stems down from this guy, and then we just progressed over the years. And
he was actually also, not talking over him, he was when he was 13, he was a national champion at Indy in the Junior Dragsters. The first year that they started the whole program. Yeah.
Wow.
So he's had a great career over the years.
Yeah, it's been a long road. We've been doing this. I started the Junior Dragsters in '93.
Okay.
So that's when the program got started, and then it just progressed from there, and it got crazy. It's little Nicky, it's the troublemaker. And then, it's just a family-oriented thing. These guys got Junior Dragsters now, and then my father puts his heart and soul into this stuff for all these years. JA Performance Race Engines. He's got a shop back home. We build custom race motors.
Sure.
So it's part of our lives, and that's it's the way we roll.
Tell us, before we walk away, tell us a little about this JA Performance Grand Am.
It's a 98 Pontiac Grand Am. It's got a Chevy small block, 319 cubic inch, custom built small block by JA Performance Race Engines up in New York, Long Island. And it's basically a stock cast iron head that he's had ported and all tuned up, so the car so you could run with your brung if you got to run somebody heads up in the superstar category. Other than that, it's pretty much just a bracket race.
What type of intake? But
it's got a 750 carburetor on it with a sheet metal intake manifold.
Okay.
Other than that, it's basically stock 305 350 block. It's a 350 block.
Right.
And then we bore it, stroke it. It's actually de-stroked because it's a small crank in it.
Okay.
But for what it is, the car runs. It's a high rev and high RPM car, crosses through the traps at almost 10,000 RPM. Yeah, it's got to make the power. It's screaming. It's a totally different sound from 8,000 to 10,000. This thing, from 7,000 to 8,000, it creates over 100 horsepower. From that swing of RPM. Yeah, so it's a high winding piece. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got Jason Kitten playing over there. That guy, my crewman. If it wasn't for him, we spend the late nights in the garage putting the thing together because the old man can't get on his back anymore. But we do it on a shoestring, you know. We're all out of pocket, and we basically build our own brackets, do everything we got to do to the car to get it to the racetrack, and that's
But I like what I'm hearing here is based on years of experience in your family. It puts it into the mechanics of this car. And, and proof's in the pudding, man.
Yeah.
Look where you are right now.
Yeah. It's my second go around here. We had 2 years ago. We came down, had a bad showing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to redeem myself now.
Well, brother, I'll tell you, God willing, you're going to do it.
And let's hope so.
I wish you and your family all the best.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I'm going to grab a hand here, Jimmy.
Thank you.
This epitomizes what drag racing should be, and this epitomizes family, Italian family too, I might add.
There you go.
Okay, it's nothing. This is nothing like this. I grew up like this, except we weren't in racing. But anyhow, we're gonna move on, look at some other stuff. But when you see a family like this and a car campaign like this coming from the East Coast and they're here in the Midwest and beyond contenders and competitive, it tells you what this sport really is, and running jegs. All-Stars, what that's all about too. So stay with us, we got more comments right here on ACB Television Network. It's funny, sometimes you show up with the camera and all of a sudden the family's scared. Yeah, and the cars look good, we were admiring, and then saw you wait, and I thought, what the hell, this is probably a good story.
Give some advertising. Come on.
Here we go, you got your support team behind you too, so let's run it. Okay, you guys probably at home just saw me doing this big intro here. Having a great time going through the pits here at this NHRA event. You run across racers from all over the United States, especially JEGS All-Star people. And this gentleman here you're about to meet is a 2017 qualifier. And your name?
My name is Jack Collier.
Jack, first of all, what did it take to be a 2017 qualifier?
It takes a lot of patience and a long season.
All right.
It's not an easy thing to get into, that's for sure.
That's what I'm hearing. And how long have you been, first of all, what area do you campaign this car out of?
This is my Super Comp car.
Okay.
And this is my Super Gas car.
Okay. You're doing double duty here.
Yeah, we're from Benton, Louisiana.
Okay. All right. I got family in Alabama and Georgia, so I, kind of know my way around on there. As far as Manpower is your sponsor, or?
Yes, Manpower is our sponsor.
Okay. Now, right now, how competitive do you have to be to achieve what you've achieved?
Man, to be honest, you got to be up on your game pretty much all the time. There's really the one time you're off that is going to get you.
Okay.
Everybody out here is.
You guys run so close competitively, and the cars are so good, the drivers are so good. Me myself, I'd be too nervous of a guy to run All-Stars or tracks. I can't do it.
It's definitely nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
You got to find that one way to just kind of calm down and breathe and just focus and do what you've been doing all year long.
Okay. The last 24 hours, how's the car's been running?
So far, the car's been running really well today.
it's the weather's not playing with you too much?
No,
here
the weather was pretty good this morning, a little bit better than it's been all weekend.
Okay.
So, I mean, so far I can't complain about the cars.
Okay, and as we go through the agenda of the events, what is your agenda as far as races, timing, time rate runs and stuff, or what happens with this from this point forward?
Well, right now, I actually went 001 red in the All-Star race, so I'm out of that one.
Okay.
I'm still in the national event, and in this one we're down to 4 cars, so
all right.
Right now it's just to kind of keep my head straight and try to get 2 more rounds to get that final win.
Yeah. And again, as we spoke of a little bit earlier, it's the skill he has, the mechanics that's here, that's up and running, and you got to be on your game, as he just said. So, but anyhow, we want to thank you for taking the time to talk to us. We want to kind of look at your operation here, the 2-car operation, and want an opportunity to kind of know a little bit more about you. And we appreciate Jack you coming out that way.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
Have a
Stay
good one.
tuned. Oh yeah, you bet. Stay tuned. We got more coming from NHRA right here at Route 66 Dragway. John, I don't mean to bother you, but can you tell me the origin of those stickers? And
I'm sorry, what?
I don't want to bother you, but can you tell me the origin of the stickers you just put on?
Yeah, a young lady, Terry Chandler, part of the Gray family, had 2 cars with Don Schumacher, Hidden Heroes, and the Make-A-Wish, and with Beckman and Tommy Johnson. And just a great lady, and she passed. And she gave everything to this sport. She gave people jobs. She was unbelievable. And just a true love to give back to the men and women in the military. She's unbelievable, and she's missed by everybody. And they got decals today, and they're going on all my race cars.
God bless you. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it seemed like it was something very important. And
She's watching over us now.
Thank you, John. Okay, you just saw John Force. All his race cars today are getting the Terry Chandler, We Love and Miss You decals on the cockpit. Okay, one of the cool things of coming to an NHRA event, especially right here at Route 66 Dragway, is you see some corporate people out here. You see some names you know. And no other name is synonymous with great motorcycles in this country and around the world but Harley Davidson. They got an awesome display here, and we caught up with James, was it?
Yes, James Newton.
James Newton, okay. Caught our eye. You have some beautiful bikes out here, different styles for different reasons. Don't know where to start, but when you do an event like this and there's a crowd around, you find that really getting the product out and getting people to sit on some of these bikes helps things.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been a partner with NHRA for quite some time now.
Okay.
And it's always been important for us to bring our new product out to the consumer. Not everybody is able to go out to our dealerships all the time, so we bring it to them. And we have new models every single year that we launch. And some of the things that we're finding is that a lot of the consumers feel that we only have motorcycles for around $30,000 or $40,000, when in fact, we have over 40 models starting around $6,800 as a Harley Davidson name badge on it. So there's a lot of things that we can help the consumers catch up with and help them educate about our product.
And I have to second that too. Being fallen into the same category as James just mentioned, I'm going around looking at the bikes, and then I got blown away at this bike I was really attracted to, and the price tag was like very reasonable. I don't want to turn it into an advertisement, but very surprised. And now you mentioned you have new bikes coming out each year. Is this you do marketing research to kind of see what the general public likes, what your competitors are doing, or?
Oh, absolutely. You know, we have a very strong inside house of researchers that come out and do what they do best when it comes down to motorsports or just general ridership. And you know, we really kind of look at the trends, and we really look down the road as well, what might be coming out. We never talk about new products specifically, but you know, we have, like I said, just new product that is geared for some of the younger generation, some of the millennials.
The millennials, there
yep,
we go.
Everybody's chasing the millennials. And you know, we launched a new street rod a couple months back in Daytona, and that's one of those bikes for about $6,800, but it does not, when you look at it, it's like, that's a Harley, no kidding. And then you see the price point like we talked about. But we also have the Iron 883, the 48, you know, the Sportster lines that have been revamped and are just absolutely stunning right off the showroom floor.
Right. Speaking of that, and yeah, this is my experience. I just walked by your bike back there called the Screaming Eagle. Okay, I had to walk by there twice to go. This is a Harley?
Yeah, the Screaming Eagle is our parts and accessories department, and we, you can buy a Harley beautiful as it is, but people love to put P&A on it when they buy it. They want to put new pipes, they want to put new, bars, new grips, everything, and the Screaming Eagle line is a phenomenal high-end line that when you, like you said, when you see it, you're like, wow, I was not aware of that, and that's what this is all about for us, is to help consumers see that we do more than just make a motorcycle. We make over 40 of them. We have GM clothing. We have beautiful Harley-Davidson clothing that, again, is different than what people think sometimes. It's not just all black T-shirts, but we have a lot of that too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you started first here at the corporate Harley booth here at NHRA event, and you guys make them all, is that correct?
We do.
So that's one hell of a torrid hot schedule that they got to keep, but we appreciate you coming down.
Thank you.
We knew the public relations guy was in town and was coming down here, and we wanted to wait for you to specifically talk to you, so it was worth the wait. So
I appreciate you coming down today.
You bet. So stay tuned, we got more coming from NHRA right here at Route 66 Dragway.
Working on his master's degree in Homeland Security. During his 10-year career, he has served as a team leader, a squad leader, a group runner, convoy commander, sector sergeant, a team leader, he is conceived as central generation, has served as two combat operations.
Okay, we made it to the parking lot. We made it to the AC Variety or ACV Television Network truck back here, the beautiful black Ford Ranger. Anyhow, this has been an extraordinary time here for this event. I can't explain to tell you the amount of people we've met, the people we've talked to, just footage of great drag racing at its core roots. We talked to some and saw some older drag vehicles, rails, altereds, injected cars from years back, and then we've seen some state-of-the-art funny cars that are and dragsters that are just like beyond imagination to turn ETs like 3.9 and some hundreds. What can I tell you? This is what drag racing is about. And what also is about is the family-owned smaller operations that perhaps run with Jegs Racing or Jegs Superstar Racing and that category. That's a wealth of information, a wealth of family tradition in racing. And here at ACV Television Network, powered by acvariety.com, we've captured that for you. So you get a feel of, it's not just a bunch of guys and gals out here racing cars, but rather it's families out here. It's people that have been racing for generations. It's young ladies driving Junior Dragsters at 85 miles an hour and loving every minute of it. It's so much more to see. I advise you, if you ever get a chance to get out to see a drag racing event, a sanctioning body like NHRA, please do it. In the meantime, let ACV Television Network bring it to you, because that's what we're here for, and we totally enjoy doing it. So the sun looks like it just went behind a cloud, and I welcome that cool breeze. So in the meantime, stay with us, keep watching. We love bringing programming to you right in your home or on your computer, ACV Television Network. Bye for now.